Hey, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Bahashan Wakai Kodash. I'm going to give double honors to our apostles of great millstone who rule well, and peace and blessings to the house of David the elect. All right, I'm Zahad, Spirit, we're in Judah, and today I want to just pull from a snippet from an interview that I was watching on Vlad. This is concerning T.K. Kirkland's, basically his stance on Kevin Samuel. And what he's saying is, it says, this is the title, T.K. Kirkland on Kevin Samuels. You can't destroy women, build them up. And this is a perfect example of leaders of our people causing them to err. I'm just going to open up with that. All right. This is the perfect example of that. All right. Let me go back to it. All right. Isaiah 9:16. It says, for the leaders of this people, all right, because he's a man of influence. He has a platform. I haven't gone into depths of his body of work, but I think he has a book out. I could be wrong, but I think he mentioned a book. So people read his book and they're led by his guidelines. All right. So this is Isaiah 9:16. For the leaders of this people cause them to err, and they that are led of them are destroyed. Now the irony in it, it says that you can't destroy women, you have to build them up. But the thing that I'm about to play, all right, in which he said, it destroys women, all right, and it destroys their chance of longevity with the man like the Most High intended. But I'm just gonna let the video play, then I get the scriptures.
So you pick and choose what's around you. What we have to do, and what we say, we got to teach women to make better choices. You still can have sex, but don't have no baby. You still can date, but don't fall in love. Don't let no man move into your home. These are the things that we have to teach the women, because yes, in your heart, you want, oh, I want this great man. But ladies, if you don't listen to what me and this man, Vlad, is saying, you can't teach your children because you've already made the mistake.
All right, so that's the main point that I want to emphasize. All right, and I'm gonna read that again. Isaiah 9:16. For the leaders of this people cause them to err. All right, because he's leading our women. All right, and they that are led of them are destroyed. Even I have to say this about Kevin Samuel. We don't get married through the states. You consummate marriage through sex. All right, but this concept of, having sex without the intended of quote unquote being married, all right, that's a destructive mindset, man. That's a self-destructive mindset, man. All right, because that's called playing the field, man. And instinctively, no man is looking for longevity, wants a woman that exudes a certain type of energy, all right, that she's basically been around the block, man. Because nobody wants to look stupid, and really, men don't really want, primarily a used product, man. Now, we know in Babylon, that's what that is, but that's nothing that you should intentionally do, okay? All right, Jeremiah 1 and 3, Jeremiah 3 and 1. They say if a man put away his wife, and what is his wife? That's a woman that he's dealing with, having sex with, in his life. That's his wife, man. All right? And she go from him and become another man's, shall he return unto her again? Shall not their land be greatly polluted? See, this is exactly what I was talking about in these previous lessons, about women putting themselves out there and offering themselves up without any type of commitment, man. All right? Shall not their land be greatly polluted? Because really, a woman can't play the field. According to the scriptures, she is the field that allow other men to play in her, man, that allow other men to plow her, that allow other men to plant their seeds in her. Whether she aborted the seeds or on birth control, or she still played a field, she still was a field that allow other men to play on her, man, and they plow her. All right. So it says, should not their land be greatly polluted? Okay. So he's pushing the philosophy that allows women to greatly pollute themselves, talking about you can have sex, but don't get married. You can date, but don't catch feelings. All right. And then what happens is that creates women who have no feelings. That creates women who are basically stimulus junkies. to where she get with a man of quality and she mentally can't commit because she no more, all right, can produce that oxytocin that causes her to pair bond. My guy, Black Ram 313 was going into that, man. You can only have so many sexual partners before you stop producing oxytocin, which causes you to pair bond with your partner, man. So now you got a woman that she's been around the block, you know, and even if she doesn't have offspring, so to speak, from another man, she's still mentally and emotionally not fully there for you, man. Now she can't help but to compare your sexual performance with these prior men's sexual performance, man. All right, now she can't help but to compare what these men have purchased for her versus what you can purchase for her, man. All right? Should not that land be greatly polluted? Okay? And he's teaching our women this because he's basically marketing to who? So-called black women. But let's see what the scriptures has to say. All right, give me 1 second. Let me get the book of Titus, man. All right? Just bear with me 1 second, Akim. All right. You know what I'm about to get. Titus chapter 2, verse 3. The aged women, meaning mature women, likewise, that they be in behavior is becoming holiness, not false accusers, not given to much wine, teachers of good things. Now, really, it's the older woman's job to cultivate a young woman, but he's playing that role of cultivating a woman, man. Because really, niggas, jakes like him, well, I say niggas like him are really snakes, man. Because that just allows him to have sex with women, all right, and then leave them alone, all right? But that's polluting the land, all right? Teachers of good things. All right, that's why I said thou shalt not make thy daughters a harlot in Israel, man. Basically sell our women, but that philosophy is still making our daughters harlots, man. That they may teach the young women to be sober, to love their husbands. And it's hard for you chemically and biologically to love your husband if you have a high body count. It's scientifically proven that after so many sexual partners, you could no longer produce oxytocin to the level that you need to allow you to pair bond with your partner. So essentially what you're doing, you're not dating for love, you're really dating for stimulation. And when that mystery is gone from that man, all right, when that novelty is gone from that man, when that honeymoon phase is gone from that man, you're probably going to have your interest on other men, all right? So that's not helping anything, all right? Now, although we don't push to going through the state to get married, all right? But once upon a time in America, getting married made sense when you had to wife her up, so to speak, to have sex with her. It made sense to go, get so-called married, so to speak, to have sex with her. All right? That was like a transaction right there. Or that was economy. You get my daughter when you take care of my daughter. All right? But now you don't have to do that. So really women are playing themselves talking about getting so-called married. All right? Titus 2 and 4. That they may teach the young women to be sober, to love their husbands, to love their offspring. And the so-called black woman doesn't love her offspring. All right, why? How do we know? Because the abortion rate is about 50%. If you took pride in being a mother, you won't have such a high abortion rate, man. All right? You can't pursue two things at the same time, two contrary things at the same time. It's like you can't simultaneously pursue the flesh and the spirit. You can't. So-called black women can't simultaneously pursue a career and turn around and be a mother, or, a housewife, all right? So she's pursuing these so-called careers. She's pursuing self-interest and her own happiness, and in turn, she's neglecting her motherhood, which is really a divine duty, man. Given to her by Yahweh Shema Shai, all right? It says to be discreet. Now, if you go into that word discreet, it really goes into self-control. So this guy, T.K. Kirkland, is in influencing women to have sex, but don't get into relationships. Don't get married. You could date, but don't catch feelings. Like, what the hell? All right? Basically, be a damn Roman. To be discreet, to be chaste. Chaste goes back into pure. Like when you chastise somebody, you're really purifying them, man. To be discreet, to be chaste, to be keepers at home. And if you pick the minds of most so-called black women, Their mindset is not to be domestically oriented. Their mindset is that they'll be in the damn military and go overseas before they be a damn woman, man. All right? Keepers at home, obedient to their own husbands. And the Israelite woman would rather be obedient to her Edomite employee than be obedient to you, because in her mind, you don't qualify for that position of authority, man. All right? That the word of Yahweh by Shem Yahushua be not blasphemed. All right? But that was pretty much the point, man. All right, you got this guy, T.K. Kirkland, man. This nigga, man. You know, the nigga that's everywhere at the same time, man. All right? He's basically pushing further the mindset of being a harlot, man. The leaders of our people cause us to err, man. But with that, I hope you brothers and sisters were edified. Once again, I want to give out honor and glory to Yahweh Shem Shai, by Hashem HaKadosh, double honor to our apostles, great millstone rule well. Peace and blessings to the house of David the elect, Abba, Come Shalom.